Welcome to Shade in the City. I'm your girl Treese,
It's now.
and today we're here to do our recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai season 2, episode 3. Something about don't cross the Caro-Line, okay? And yeah,
Is
if
that
you
what I thought? Oh, is that what I
yeah,
thought it said Cairo?
no, Caroline. That's what Caroline.
That
Yeah.
makes so much more sense.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, y'all. Happy belated Juneteenth. As you see, I'm sporting I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety 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 black, y'all. So yeah, I'm in my full blackness today, but yeah, it's the day after, obviously. So just wanted to say happy belated. Hope you enjoyed your day off. If you got it off, some of us didn't. Some of us still had to clock in and answer questions that we didn't want to. But yeah, if you haven't already, Shade Squad, please make sure you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And we appreciate y'all subscribing. We see it, we're 888 now. 888. I like that. I like that. It's triple numbers. I feel like that's an angel number or something. So if you could just if you can go ahead and get us to 1,000, I know there got to be something in the universe. There got to be something good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and yeah, y'all, let's get into this episode because I already told Nels I'm about to eat Sergio up. I just cannot. It ain't even about Stansbury no more. It's literally directed at Sergio. So y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. Oh, Jesus. And wear your mask, people. Wear your mask.
Not on this Juneteenth, girl. Don't you dare.
You know what's so funny? Shout out to Mary Vaughn. She told me I was doing it wrong today. She was like, "No, that's not it." But she was like, Tanique was like, "What are you doing with your shoulders? What is that?"
If only she knew what you was trying to do. Did
No,
she
she
figure?
knew. She was trying to learn from me, and Mary Vaughn was like, "She's not doing it right." No.
Tanika was trying to learn it from you. You was trying to teach her.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had a good Juneteenth, y'all. Anyway, so we see that Michael, Caroline's friend, he's throwing her a good riddance party for for Stansbury. And what's so crazy is I don't think I've ever had this form of disrespect displayed on, but
Over and over and over again.
right. But he was like, I'm so happy that you are getting out my house. So she's on the fence about inviting Brooks because she feels like her personality has changed recently. And Sergio suggests that, she has a lot going on with her business and she's basically putting it off on Stansbury. And Stansbury says that after seeing Brooks, she makes her, want to totally basically be sober. So I was like, oh, that's a dig. So Stansbury then has Princess Diana's, I didn't get the lady's name, hypnotherapist come visit her. And Sergio, okay, so here, let's start with the it. Sergio is sitting here listening in.
Marissa. Was it Marissa?
Oh, maybe. Sergio is sitting here leaning over the banister, listening to the therapy. That to me was so intrusive.
Mm-hmm.
Little boy, back up.
I don't know why it was giving little boy back up.
Yes. I don't understand. It's therapy. It's for her. And then he gets offended when the lady tells her that, basically she has control issues, or that's what she comes to. And they go back to her being 7 or 8 and her not wanting to go off to boarding school and her mom being like, well, you got to go. I don't care what you really got to say. And so she feels like that's why she needs to control every situation. And so she realized she doesn't need to micromanage him. And that's why I was like, okay, Stansbury, like more and more, I'm starting to be here for Stansbury, but I think I'm starting to be more and more into her because she's getting more and more away from this crazy man, this obsessed little boy. So who's probably the same age as her daughter. We'll get into that. Um, and so she's like, you don't want the hypnotherapist is like, you don't want to become his mother. And she agrees with that. And Sergio doesn't like the thought of, basically my notes say he doesn't like the thought of being his own person and he likes being up her butt.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Is that not Shade Squad? I'm reaching. Drop down in the comment. Is that not unhealthy
I think she told him. I think she told her to stop micromanaging him, and he's like, "No, no, you don't." Like he wants everything to stay the same. He's good with the way things are.
is this not unhealthy AF, y'all? We're not 15 minutes in, so I can't say it, but this is unhealthy and it's gonna get worse. I'm gonna make sure we get 15 minutes in so I can really tell you how I feel about Sergio and his crazy ass.
So Brooks,
I'm sticking around and I'm gonna stay up your butt into that insurance policy, or you're gonna accidentally slip down the stairs or something like that.
so Brooks,
He's a little too invested.
and Lisa, of course, are having a conversation about the argument. Brooke said that she doesn't remember calling. What she call it?
See
See
you
you
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Until Lisa basically had to remind her. And Brooke said that it's not nothing normally that she says. So really, she must have just been really mad. Basically, that's not something in my vocabulary. So if I said it, you must push me to that point.
I
It's really
said
good.
what I said. That's what it was given, but there was no accountability, Brooks. I gotta say it. I
Now
know.
she does agree that they were really close until she came for Celine. She felt like she needed to take a step back though from uh, uh, Stansbury. These two, Jesus Christ, two Carolines, goddamn it, okay. Um, she needed to take a step back from Stansbury after this. Celine said that she's ready to move forward, which makes her feel like there's more going on with Stansbury and Brooks because she's like, girl, I'm over it.
I'm moving
You
forward.
should
What's wrong
be
with you?
over it. It really ain't that serious. Now, Brooks thinks that it's because Stansbury is cool now with um
Ion and Lisa.
yes, with Ian and Lisa, but was it Brooks that does that? Whatever. Okay, so Brooks said that basically Lisa is a projector, okay? And she's the only one bothered, and it's because Stansbury and Ion have developed this new friendship. So she's bothered by this. Brooke said that, she's going to call her because she's not a see you next Tuesday, but she is a bitch.
Um, I just feel like this scene, Brooks was loud and wrong. She was just loud and wrong. And y'all know I love Brooks, and I mean I love Lisa more. And I love Lisa for calling her out on it and in doing it in a polite way. But yeah, I'm gonna say it to your face. That's one thing I can appreciate Lisa for. She ain't
I
around
can
here.
appreciate at the very end, she admitted to the real reason she's been upset with Stansbury.
Right.
Finally.
Right. So
Not,
then
not who
Sarah,
Stansbury was.
you're so funny. So we get to the big Good Riddance party. Sarah's the first to arrive, and I said per usual because I'm noticing this is a thing. Sarah is always the first to show up. I ain't mad at it. I would invite Sarah to a party. She is always on time. Okay. If not early. I'm here for it, Sarah. Michael speaks on how he's really ready for them to get out. We meet Sarah's business partner, Saba, which I feel like we're gonna get a little bit more of,
She called
who's
her stop the sabotage.
right. And that's her Pakistani sister, she said. Now, Stansbury is still trying to get ready as her guests are arriving. Sarah notices Sergio's not really doing okay. And looks a little stressed out. So she pulls him to the side and they discuss how upset he is. Someone told her, I'm sorry, let me not confuse that someone told Stansbury that, she'll turn into his mom and needs to basically give him independence. And that made him sad.
So the thing that got me, which I didn't know, was Sarah mentioned that her and Sergio used to be together 24/7.
Yeah.
And now she's starting to pull away and it's making him feel lonely.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to like?
Trace, you're a little clingy. Like you don't understand that. If
No,
y'all are together 24/7 constantly, then out of nowhere, they're pulling away. It's making you feel like they don't want to be around you. They probably don't really would you like that no more. They
no. I think everybody needs their space. I guess because I really value space now. So yes, I can be clingy. I can be clingy to the depths of the earth. But at the end of the day, I know that everybody needs their space, and I need to lay
that's
off.
you realizing that, not them pulling away from you. It makes you feel like what happened? Like what did you do?
You're up my butt 24/7. That's what you did.
No, y'all were up each other's butt 24/7. Y'all were up each other's butt 24/7. Then the person was just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to be up your butt. I don't want you to be up my butt. And you just kind of had to figure out the memo on your own.
I think he should want more for himself than to be a per butt. I I think that he wants.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying I think there's a bit of confusion and there needs to be more conversation as to like what happened. I think he's a little bit confused as to like, damn, like what happened? Like we used to be
No,
like
I
this.
think, but see, I'm gonna disagree with you because I think that she's mentioned multiple times how clingy he is.
No, I mean confusion as to what made you want to pull away. Not, I don't want you on my ass no more, but what made you want to pull away?
You're
Like
clingy.
what happened? Like what did you just wake up one morning and just was just like, no, I'm just gonna pick you out
No
my ass.
shade. I no shade. I mean, I think that me and Wigo talked about this. Shout out to Taria. Um, that was our guest host last week. But I think that we talked about this. I think that her daughter is no longer feel, and I think that as a mother, that can wake you up. Like, yeah, this was cute to have this little boy toy and have fun, but now it's really affecting my family because, yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, not trying to be mean, but Caroline, like, Stansbury's good on her own. She's been good on her own. And I think that it was fun and, oh, let me marry you, but now you want me to pressure into like, and that's why I'm looking at Sergio sideways because I'm like, you want her to have a baby, and now you want like it's just so far, and it's just so much more. How can I attach myself to you? It feels very. I'm sorry. I'm looking at him with the side eye. Okay, it's giving. I want the insurance policy. It's giving. When are you gonna? I'm sorry. Y'all may disagree with me in the comments. I don't think by any means that this is real natural love. It's weird AF.
You don't think
And
he actually loves her?
no,
For real?
no, no. And I think that's why he feels so insecure and why he's so scared to lose her. Because I think that she's seeing that. Like, you can love, and maybe this is yes, I can't be a clingy person, but one thing that I know is that if you love someone, you really have to kind of like let them go do them and whatever. And I feel like if people don't have their own space in place to figure their things out and figure life out, and if you're so far up their butt in everything that they do where they can't even talk to a therapist about their innermost thoughts and innermost things without you leaning over a balcony to hear what they have to say, that's that's weird. That's weird.
I
That's not that's not love.
don't
That's
even
not
think she
love.
knew that he was doing that.
But that's not love.
Mm-hmm.
And we as an audience see that. That's not love. That's I don't want to make it. I don't want you making any moves without me because I feel like you're cutting me out. Like you're cutting me out the will. Like you're
Well,
cutting. If
I
I stay stuck to
it's
your
it's
side, I
obsessive.
know everything that you do, every move that you make. I know what to put in your applesauce when the right time is to stir it up. And okay, no, it's not. I'm telling you.
Okay, yes, I do believe he's obsessive, but I do believe he does still. I think he loves her.
in the comments to settle this argument, but I'm just not. I'm not here for Sergio. He's so intrusive, and it really looks like he's just waiting for her. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. And Ion talks to Michael, and then he keeps talking about how badly he wants them out. Um, and then Saba points out how over the top Ion is in everything that she does, and that's really not the type of people that she rock with. So, and
It's her first time seeing her because
yeah,
that's just based off the dress she had on, right?
right. So then Stansbury finally makes her entrance, followed by Talene. Talene talks to Ion and says it's nice to talk to her without Brooks because she's so normal. And then Ion wants to hook Yasmin up with her son, which I thought was like, okay. And then Stansbury's boob pops out, and Talene says it's a tit for tit situation. And I thought this was cute because that's what I'm saying. We're not holding on to grudges. We not, whatever. And Stansbury sits down and lets the ladies know that she uninvited Brooks, and everyone is in shock, of course.
So basically, Stansbury said that she uninvited her because she found out that Brooks called her a "see you next Tuesday," and why would she welcome somebody like that to her best friend's house? So Brooks at her house, she said she really don't give a damn. Get invited to this girl's eviction party. Talene and Ion think it was the wrong move because basically they think Brooks is gonna take it to hell at this point. And Stansbury said, no. Basically, she's been abused for the entire week. Um, and basically, she ain't accepting that. So
I was with Stansbury on this one. I was like, just because you decided to, again, we talk about this, just because you decide to display bad behavior as your friend, that doesn't mean that I have to take the abuse and the bullshit.
mm-hmm. Lisa gets there mid conversation, and of course, she wants all the tea. When Lisa found out that Brooks was uninvited, she said she spoke with her, and it was clear that she was the common denominator, and she tried to get her to take some accountability, which did not happen. Um, while all of this is going on, Stansbury's daughter is over in the cut telling Sergio what she likes and dislikes about him, and she told him he's too clingy. She ain't like that. She ain't like that. Okay. Then Michael presented them with the cake, kicking him out. Then our daughter bites off the heads of the figurines on the cake, switch them, and tells Sergio, you can live your lifelong dream wearing a dress, which she was the only one that found that funny. I thought that was super disrespectful.
It was super disrespectful, but I'm not going to excuse it. I'm not going to excuse bad behavior. It was absolutely disrespectful. However, I think that this young lady is crying out. She wants attention from her mother, and she feels like there's this man, and that's really with her mother, and that's why I say it's inappropriate to put that out on him. However, when he's so far in the way, he's like, because even he was like, I don't understand, but I love her. I love her. That's why I can't. That's why you can't go anywhere without me, because I love your mom. It's disturbing. It's disturbing as AF. Okay. So we see Sarah, and she's at this appointment with her hair appointment with what is this? I want to Maktoum. She calls him Mackie, I think. We're gonna call him Mackie. So her son.
Oh.
So she has an upcoming date with Celine's friend Daniel.
It's a date, but not a date.
Well, yeah, because they don't date like that. Like we date, we get married type stuff. So that it's just they just meeting up as friends. Now you can tell, her son is a little upset when she says that she's gonna meet somebody. And basically he tells her because the many men have been so bad to her. And so Sarah goes back about, her history and her ex-husband and how she married him and how badly he treated her son and didn't even really accept him. And she still married him. Well, that I wanted to say that speaks to you as a person.
Well, she said that. She said it
Yeah.
was her fault.
So yeah, and so she promises him that she's gonna, find the best father and husband for herself. And I thought that was cute that she was at least addressing it, But it was just like, again, I know this is not love after lockup or anything else, but I just really am boggled by these moms that put their kids in these situations when you know a person is not with your child. That's weird.
Oh, the last dude she was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the last dude, her ex-husband. You married him. It wasn't like, oh, I just dated him and then I realized like, oh, he didn't really for my kid. No, you realized he didn't for your kid and you married him.
Yeah.
That's
So Lisa and her mom Juliet did some shopping in old Dubai. Apparently, this is where all the culture is. And these people trying to get over her. She had to tell them, "Listen, boo, I am not a tourist. Okay, it's at her own prices." She's like,
well, no,
I
I
live
love and I even saw her tweet about it. Because somebody was like, oh, I do love the negotiation skills. But she was like, that's just Jamaican in me. That's how we do. That's how we rock. We
here.
that's
They do that in Jamaica too. Now over lunch,
so funny because Boo did that in Mexico, and I was like, "What are you doing? The price is the price." And he's like, "No," and he
no,
was good, but he actually got them to negotiate and like come down
yeah.
on stuff.
Mhm.
See,
You
I would
can
never
do
do
that
that.
in
I
Miami
would
too,
just,
girl.
I would
I don't
just,
know why you could do that in Miami too. I don't know why you acting brand new.
I would just pay the price.
You didn't negotiate you ain't haggard.
I never haggled. I'm not a haggler. I'm not a habitual line stepper. I don't.
It's not how people line stuff. So over lunch, she spilled the tea. She was spilling the tea from the night before with her mom. Then Lisa asked her, "Listen, Mama, when you moving to Dubai?" Her mom said, "Girl, you supposed to be coming home, okay? Because what I don't want to do is move here and then have to depend on you." She said, "That's what your kids supposed to do. They're supposed to take care of you. And you know,
Mhm.
you sacrificed so much for me." Apparently, when she was living in Jamaica, you know, her daddy was her hero. They was all living together. Then the mama found out he had a whole other family in Canada. She packed up her kid, okay, moved to Miami, and did what she needed to do to take care of her family. So, you know, she felt like her mom, you know, that
I
work.
ain't trying to stereotype
So she
nobody.
like, I want to do it for you too. So her mom basically said that she would consider, you know, moving to Dubai for her. You better make that move. I would make that move. It wouldn't even be a thought. Look, I'll send for my things later.
Look, Chase Wise, I ain't trying to stereotype nobody, but this is why I never wanted a man from the islands. I just never, it never, never spoke to my spirit. Just never spoke to
Yeah,
my spirit.
not heard about them Jamaican men, Chad. I heard about them Jamaican men.
Isn't Safari Jamaican?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Talene and her husband Rafi, they have plans to go on a date with Sarah and Daniel, who they set up. She said it's the Armenian in her that this is her drive for wanting to hook people up. And apparently, her family is responsible for hooking her and Rafi up because I was always wondering, like, oh, she out here being a singer, doing her thing, and he was doing his thing in Dubai. How did they link up? But obviously, it was like some family stuff, and that's cute. That's cool. So Sarah arrives first, and they talk about how all the men she's been with are narcissists. I said Daniel. Daniel arrives, and Sarah starts criticizing him because his Arabic is terrible. Then she starts her talk about aliens, and this is apparently he's not into aliens, and that's a strike for her. And said that, and then he says he's never dated anyone with kids, but feels like it'd be like dating somebody without kids. Like he doesn't see a big difference. And then we learn that he's a male Libra,
Number two.
and that's the third strike. And Sarah says he's nice, but it's friend vibes.
She was
And
literally going down the list.
I didn't really see him for her anyway. I didn't.
Yo, she took me out when she was like, never been to jail. Oh, no. So Stansbury and Brooks met up for lunch. Stansbury made sure she got in that ass about Brooks running late, okay? And basically told her, look, we all got stuff going on, and really it
Right.
ain't no excuse.
Because Brooks was like, well, I just opened a salon, Stansbury,
And she's
and
like, girl, we all got stuff.
we all got stuff. I said, you better look. If there is any time y'all, and I'm sure y'all have never heard this, but I have stood 10 toes down most of the time for Brooks, so I got to give Stansbury her flowers.
So Stansbury basically like, all right, let's get to nitty gritty. What's really going on? Because really, it was a joke, and you need to let it go. Brooks finally admits the real reason. She said that she stopped being friends with Ion and Lisa because of Stansbury, and then she feels some type of way that Stansbury turns around and now she's friends with him.
Because she's trying to keep her check. And to Stansbury's point, you're just mad because you're no longer the bridge. I was on an island by myself, and now that you no longer have to be the bridge between us, now you feel like your position is threatened. That's what it's that's what it's giving.
So Stansbury said basically friendship is a two-way street, and you call me and see you next Tuesday. Now Brooke said if I said that, then I was way out of line. But we've said way worse things. We didn't die. Stansbury just looks so aggravated listening to her. And the fact that, she couldn't take any accountability. Basically, Stansbury is just like, all right, we could just be cordial because at this point, she don't see herself trusting her. That was it, y'all.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all drop down in the comments. Give us your thoughts on what you thought about this episode. But if you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
Make sure you comment
Make sure you subscribe.
and hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. Yeah, y'all, we'll catch you next week for another recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai. Bye-bye.